Hello students, today we start the next lesson number 10 space mission. Total 6 main points are given in this lesson. Space mission, artificial satellite, third one classification of artificial satellite, orbits of artificial satellites, satellite launch vehicle and space mission away from the earth. Can you recall some question given for us? What is the difference between space and sky? What are the different objects in the solar system? Third question, what is mean by a satellite? And fourth one, how many natural satellites does the earth have? So already we learned about these points in previous standard in solar system lesson. So we revise the answer of these 4 questions. Now see what is the answer. First one, what is the difference between space and sky? The portion of Earth's atmosphere and the portion beyond that which can be seen in the form of roof by naked eyes while standing on the earth is called as a sky. Second, the continuous empty space between the spheres such as planets, stars, etc. in the sky is called as space. So that is the difference between space and the sky. Second one, what are different objects in the solar system? The various objects present in the solar system are the sun, planets, satellites, asteroids, comets and meteors. Third question, what is meant by a satellite? Answer is given, the celestial body that revolves around the planet without independently revolving around the sun is called as satellite. So last question, how many natural satellites does the earth have? So we know the answer. So natural satellite means nothing but moon. So earth has one natural satellite, only one moon. Clear? So this is the revised questions given for us. Now come back to our first page of this lesson. Now as per the new syllabus, some portion is omitted, 25% portion is not asked in the exam. So I will telling you which points are not important or omitted from our syllabus. As per the, we explain the points. Next, man has always been curious about unknown places and he has always been eager to expand the horizons of his knowledge by exploring the unknown world. He must have had deep curiosity about the space and many twinkling stars in the dark sky. He must have had dreams to fly to the space and must have been working for that. So first point given in this lesson, that is the space mission. Substantial development in technology especially space technology, in the latter half of 20th century resulted in the development of spacecrafts, making space voyages possible. Since then, more than 1,000 artificial satellites have been placed in the orbits around the Earth. Additionally, space missions have been undertaken for close observation for various objects in our solar system. We will learn about all these in this chapter. Next paragraph. We can classify the space mission into two categories. In one type of missions, the objective is to put artificial satellites in orbits around the Earth for research and various other useful applications. And the objective of the second type of mission is to send the spacecraft to outer space for close observation and understanding of objects in solar system or even outside the solar system. So these are the two type of space missions mentioning here. Next. Now, do you know this paragraph is omit, but you read this for your extra knowledge. All are getting? Do you know this is omit? No any question asked related to this point, but you for extra knowledge you read this paragraph. Next, remaining two also omitted. Can you recall omit this point? And can you tell this is also omitted from our syllabus, but you self revise both these points. No any question asked related to this, but for your extra knowledge you do the self study of these questions given here. Getting? Next. Now, need and importance of space mission. You observe the picture. What is shown there? Two persons use the mobile phones with the help of tower and artificial satellite. The world has become a global village due to space missions. Today we can contact a person in any part of the world within a second. We can gather information about worldwide events sitting at home. You all know the importance of internet. Due to internet, every information is available at our fingertips. It has become possible to get advance alert about natural calamities and take proper precautions. So we are knowing about all these nowadays. Next, during war, it is possible to get information about the action of the enemy through artificial surveillance using satellites. It is also possible to explore the fossil reserves and minerals in the earth. Thus, there are unlimited applications of space missions. Today, space technology is an inevitable part, means very important part for development of a nation. Next point is artificial satellite. A natural satellite is an astronomical object orbiting the Earth or any other planet. The moon is the only natural satellite of the earth. We know that. Some other planets in the solar system have more than one natural satellite, that is more than one moons. So already you learn about the solar system in previous standard. Similarly, if a man-made object revolves around the earth or any other planet in a fixed orbit, it's called artificial satellite. Question is asked, what is mean by artificial satellite? So mark the answer from here. A man-made object up to the last. So this is the definition, this is the meaning of artificial satellite. All are getting? So you mark the definition or meaning from here. A man-made object up to the last is called artificial satellite. Next, the first artificial satellite, the name is given here, underlined. What is the first artificial satellite? What is the name? Sputnik. Check the spelling. Was sent to space by Soviet Union in 1957. Today, more than 1,000 satellites are orbiting the earth, revolving around the earth, orbiting around the earth. The satellites work on solar energy. So, solar photovoltaic panels are attached on both sides of these satellites like wings. Instruments are installed in the satellites to receive and transmit signals from and to the earth. The satellites have various other types of instruments depending on their functions. One such satellite is shown in this figure 10.1 in the above figure. That signal transmitted from the earth to the satellite and from satellite to a mobile tower and mobile phone are also shown in that above figure 10.1. These satellites are sent into the space to perform various functions. Depending on their functions, satellites are classified into the following categories. So what are the different types of categories given here? Last line. Depending on their functions, satellites are classified into the following categories. So categories are given here. What is the first one? INSAT. INSAT. What is the full form? IN means Indian, I means Indian, N means national, and SAT means satellite. Second one, GSAT. G means geosynchronous. SAT means satellite. IRNSS. I means Indian, R means regional, N means navigation, S means satellite, last S means system. IRNSS. This is third one. IRS. I means Indian, R means remote, and S means sensing satellite. GSLV. Geosynchronous satellite launch vehicle. Last two are launch vehicles. GSLV, geosynchronous satellite launch vehicle, and PSLV means polar satellite launch vehicle. So in this way these categories are given here. Next one. So this use of ICT, this is omitted from our syllabus. Omit this. Now any question asked related to this use of ICT, cut by pencil. Next. Now on next page given one table, types of satellite and function of satellites, the name of Indian satellite series and their launch vehicle. Some satellites are given here. Now check that. First one, weather satellite. What is the function? Study and prediction of weather. Now, the name of Indian satellite series and their launch vehicles are mentioned here. INSAT and GSAT. Name of launch vehicle is GSLV. First one. Now, second, communication satellite. establish communication between different locations in the world through the use of specific waves. Names of Indian satellite series is INSAT GSAT and launch vehicle is GSLV. Third one, broadcast satellite, telecasting of television programs. Again, same, names of Indian satellite series is INSAT GSAT and launch vehicle is GSLV. Fourth one is given navigational satellite. For the location of any place on the Earth's surface in terms of its very precise latitude and longitude. For that purpose, navigational satellite is functioning. The name of Indian satellite series is IRNSS. Launch vehicle name is PSLV. Next one is given. Fifth one, military satellite. Now collect information for security aspect. Sixth one, name is not given here. Earth observation satellite. Study of forest, deserts, oceans, polar ice on the Earth's surface, exploration and management of natural resources, observation and guidance in case of natural calamities like a flood and earthquake. So, name of Indian satellite series given here, what? IRS, and name of launcher vehicle is PSLV. So, in this way, how many? So 5 to 6, total 6 satellites are given here. They are functioning and name of Indian satellite series and their launch vehicle. That is that information given in this table. So you remember properly, read it properly, write this table in your notebook. Next. Internet is my friend. Watch and share with your friend. These two sites are given. I think YouTube sites are given. You visit to this site and collect more information. Next. Orbits of artificial satellites. All artificial satellites do not revolve in a similar orbits around the Earth. The function of the satellite decide the height of the satellite orbit from the Earth's surface. That it depends on the function of the satellite. Earth surface, height from the Earth's surface. Next, nature of the orbit, that is circular or elliptical, and whether the orbit shall be parallel to equator or making an angle with it. That is parallel to equator or making some angle with it. So these are the 3 points are given here. Reading? Next. To put the satellite in its proper orbit or at specific height above the Earth's surface, the satellite is taken to that height using a satellite launcher. Then the satellite is given a specific velocity known as the critical velocity, indicated as the letter VC. VC means critical velocity in a tangential direction to the orbit. That is shown here in the figure. This is a tangential direction. This is radius and this is a tangential direction. Remember, you know the meaning of tangent in mathematics. The satellite then start revolving around the Earth. The formula for the velocity, which velocity? Critical velocity VC, can be derived as below. See what is the formula given for us. If a satellite of mass m is revolving around the Earth in an orbit of height h with speed vc, that is a critical velocity vc, then as seen in the chapter on gravitation, that is lesson number 1, a centripetal force is given here. What is that? mass of an object into critical velocity square divided by r. R means nothing but the what? What is the meaning of r? That is given here. That is orbital radius of satellite from the center of the earth. So this formula is given here. See, observe the diagram. It is a critical velocity. It is nothing but the that blue color is showing to the earth. That is a capital R means radius of earth. From the earth's surface, satellite is launched up to the height h, and from the center of the earth, what is the distance up to the orbit of the satellite? That is indicated by small r. Clear? Next. The centripetal force is produced by the gravity of the earth. Therefore, centripetal force is equal to gravitational force between the earth and the satellite. So these formulas we substitute. Centripetal force is showing here, mvc square upon r plus h is equal to gravitational force is gmm upon r plus h bracket square. On both the side, what happened here? R plus h single time, r plus h bracket square means this bracket 2 times. So single bracket is cancel here. So on left hand side, only mvc square is equal to what? Gmm upon r single r plus h. Now m means mass of an mass of an satellite is given on both the side, that is also cancelled. So what is the formula? Vc square equal to gm upon r plus h. We are taking the square root, so we are getting the formula critical velocity is equal to square root of gm. Capital G means universal gravitational constant, meaning is given here. That value is constant 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square per kilogram square. Capital M means nothing but mass of the earth. We know the value, that is standard value 6 into 10 raised to 24 kilogram. Capital R plus h. So capital R means what? Radius of the earth. That value is 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 meter. If we convert into kilometer, then 6,400 kilometer. Capital H means nothing but height. Small h means nothing but height of the satellite above the earth's surface, and total r plus h means nothing but radius of the orbit of satellite, that is shown in the figure on previous page. This is equation number 1. So this is the formula of critical velocity. Now see that it can be seen that the critical velocity does not depend, underline, critical velocity does not depends on mass of the satellite. As the height of the satellite's orbit from the earth's surface increases, the critical velocity decreases. Why? Because critical velocity and height both are inversely proportional to each other, and that's why height increases, critical velocity decreases. Depending on the height of the satellite's orbit above the earth's surface, the satellite orbits are classified as below. So what is the classification given? First one is high earth orbit. In short, that is a mention here, HEO, that is high earth orbit. Range is given. Height from the earth's surface is greater than 35,780 kilometer. Now check that. What is the explanation given? If the height of the satellite's orbit above the earth's surface is greater than or equal to 35,780 kilometer, the orbit is called high earth orbit. Mark this. What do you mean by high earth orbit? Meaning is given. As we will see in the next solved example, a satellite revolving in an orbit 35,780 kilometer above the Earth's surface will take about around 24 hours to complete one revolution. We know that the Earth also takes almost 24 hours for one revolution. If the satellite is revolving in an orbit parallel to the equator, the time of revolution for the Earth around itself and that for the satellite to revolve around the Earth being the same, the satellite will appear to be stationary with respect to the Earth. Like for example, like two trains having the equal speed and both are running in the same directions. What we observe from the windows to the passenger, they are looking like a stationary with respect to each other. For a passenger in one vehicle, another vehicle moving parallel to him and with equal velocity appear to be what? Stationary. This concept we learn I think in standard 9. That is what happened here also. These satellites are therefore called geosynchronous satellite. Why? Because with respect to each other they are parallel, revolve around to each other. That's why they are stationary and called as geosynchronous satellites. Since these satellites are stationary with reference to the Earth, they can observe a specific portion of the Earth continuously. Therefore, they are used in applications like meteorology and for carrying signals for telephones, television, radio, etc. This is the first one. Which one? High Earth orbit. Now second one. Second one is medium Earth orbit. So you remember in short MEO, medium Earth orbit. Range is given: height above the Earth's surface, that is 2000 km to 35,780 km. This is the range. In this range, that orbit is called as medium Earth orbit. If the height of the satellite orbit above the Earth's surface is in between 2000 km and 35,780 km, the orbits called medium Earth orbits. The geostationary satellites orbits above the equator. Therefore, these are not useful in the study of polar regions. For this purpose, elliptical medium Earth orbits passing over the polar region are used. Remember, these orbits are called polar orbits because observe the polar region. With the help of this elliptical medium Earth orbit, the satellite complete one revolution in 2 to 24 hours. That is, a range is given. Some of these satellites revolve in circular orbit at a height of around 20,200 km above the Earth's surface. Global positioning satellite revolve in such orbit. So remember, global positioning orbit revolve in such orbit, that is 20,200 km above the Earth's surface. This is the second type of Earth orbit. Last third one is low Earth orbit. Remember, LEO. Height above the Earth's surface range is given 180 km to 2000 km. Now mark the meaning. If the height of the satellite orbit above the Earth's surface is in between 180 km and 2000 km, that the orbit are called low Earth orbits. The satellites used for scientific experiments and atmospheric studies revolve in low Earth's orbit. Depending on the height of their orbits, they complete one revolution in around 90 minutes. International Space Station and Hubble Telescope also revolve in low Earth's orbit. Now in figure 10.4 shows various orbits of satellites. So how many orbits are mentioning here? 3. That is high Earth orbit, medium Earth orbit, and this third one is a low Earth orbit. See in the figure now. These are the orbits showing here. Low Earth orbit, medium Earth orbit. Medium Earth orbit are elliptical. So this one is a elliptical in part, elliptical in position, and this is a circular in position, that is also medium Earth orbit. And here a high Earth orbit with respect to the equator of the Earth. This is the equator of the Earth. Geostationary, geosynchronous satellites are there, revolve with respect to the Earth. Now next, do you know this paragraph given in pink box is omitted from our syllabus, but for your extra knowledge you read this information. Next, solved example. This solved example also omitted from our syllabus. Clear? But you check that, only you check that how to solve these two numericals. These are not asked in the exam, but you check that what is given, how to solve, how to find out that values. All are getting? Next. Now satellite launch vehicles. Satellite launch vehicles. Satellite launch vehicles are used to place the satellite in their specific orbits. The functioning of the satellite launch vehicle is based on Newton's third law of motion. The launch vehicle uses specific type of fuel. The gas produced due to combustion of the fuel expands due to its high temperature and is expelled forcefully, means escaping forcefully, through the nozzle at the rear side of the launch vehicle. As a reaction of this, a thrust acts. Thrust means perpendicular force. A thrust acts on the vehicle, which drives the vehicle high into the space. Means I think all of you observing the launching of satellites on television, on TV, in TVs. The structure of launch vehicle is decided by weight of the satellite and the type of the satellite orbit. The fuel of the vehicle also depends on these factors. The fuel forms a major portion of the total weight of the launch vehicle. Thus, the vehicle has to carry a large weight of the fuel with it. To overcome this problem, launch vehicles with more than one stages are used. Due to this, the weight of the vehicle can be reduced step by step after its launching. I think most of the students observe or saw that television, that is a Mangalyaan, या Mangal mission. For example, consider a launch vehicle having two stages. For launching the vehicle, the fuel and engine in the first stage are used. This imparts a specific velocity to the vehicle and takes it to a certain height. Once the fuel in this first stage is exhausted, that is a finish, the empty fuel tank and the engine are detached, means separated from the main body of the vehicle and fall either into a sea or on an unpopulated land. As the fuel in the first stage is exhausted, that is finished, the fuel in the second stage is ignited, means burned. However, the vehicle now contains only one, that is the second stage. We learn about the two-stage launch vehicle. Now the weight being reduced, the vehicle can move with higher speed. Weight is reduces, so speed of the vehicle increases. Almost all vehicles are made of either two or more stages. As an example, the structure of a Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, that is PSLV, developed by ISRO of India, shown in this figure. Now check that. See what are the different parts are given. First one is mentioning here, that is a place of satellite here. How many stages mentioning here? 4 stages. First stage use solid fuel, second stage use liquid fuel, third stage use again solid fuel, and in fourth stage using liquid fuel again, and this is the main part of the satellite. All these remaining parts are automatically detached or separated from this launch vehicle, that is shown in the figure also here. So you saw the film Mangalyaan या Mangal mission. See here, this is a launching like this around the earth. Next, the launch vehicle, last 3 lines on this page number 140. The launch vehicles are costly. Why? Because they can be used only once, only one time. But USA has developed space shuttle instead of launch vehicle. So space shuttle which returns to the earth except the fuel tank and can be reused in multiple launches. So that's why these space shuttles comparatively less cost and launch vehicles having the more cost, that is a costly. Next point is given on the page 141. Now always remember, the rocket, a type of a firecracker used in Diwali, is also a sort of launcher. In this rocket, the fuel is ignited, means burn, using a fuse, and the rocket in a rocket is projected into the sky just like a satellite launcher. Similarly, if a balloon is blown and released with its end open, the air in the balloon is forcefully ejected, escape, remove out. Ejected means, and the balloon is pushed in opposite direction. This can be explained using the Newton's third law of motion. So launching of rocket is based on Newton's third law of motion. Remember. Next, space mission away from Earth. As we have seen above, artificial satellites are being used for making our life more and more enriched. However, in the previous standard, we have learned about how the telescopes aboard artificial satellites are used to gather information about various objects in the universe. Similarly, some space missions are used. What are the uses of space mission? So remember, that is the first one is here. Check that. It is the first to gather information. Okay. Second, it is some space missions are used. Second one here, that is to gain further knowledge about the universe. So two are given here. In these missions, spacecrafts are sent to the nearby object in the solar system to observe them more closely. New information has been obtained from such missions, and it is helping us to understand the creation and evolution of our solar system. For such missions, the spacecrafts must escape the Earth's gravitational force to travel into the outer space. To achieve this, the initial velocity of the moving object must be greater than escape velocity of the Earth, as we have learned in the chapter 1, that is the gravity. We learned there what is meant by escape velocity. See in that now. So escape velocity on a planet can be obtained using the following formula. So escape velocity V escape is equal to, mentioning like this, V escape is equal to square root of 2 multiplied by Gm upon capital R. Capital G means what? Gravitational constant, universal gravitational constant value is given 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square per kilogram square. Capital M means mass of the planet. We know the value, that is 6 into 10 raised to 24 kilogram for Earth. Capital R means radius of the planet, especially for the Earth, that is 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 meter. So meter, kilogram, these are the Newton, these are the MKS units or SI units. If we convert this radius in kilometers, what? 6,400 kilometer. This is a large unit. Now V escape, if we are substituting all these values in this formula, after calculation we are getting the answer what? 11.18 into 10 raised to 3 meter per second. So 10 raised to 3 means 1000. So meter convert into what? Kilometer. So 11.18 kilometer per second. Thus, see there in the last line what is given. Thus, if a spacecraft is to escape the Earth's gravitational force to travel to the outer space, it must have minimum velocity, that is a minimum escape velocity of 11.2 kilometer per second. Means within 1 second, what is the velocity or speed required of that spacecraft? 11.2 kilometer in 1 second. In that case only, that spacecraft is to escape the Earth's environment or Earth's atmosphere, otherwise not. That is again fall down on the Earth if this much velocity is not produced in that spacecraft. Next, do you know? For your extra information, extra knowledge, you read this pink color box, do you know? But it is omitted from our syllabus for this year only. For your knowledge, you read this, whatever the explanation given here, information is given here, but no any question asked on this topic because it is omit. Next. Now next one is given moon mission. See what is given. Since the moon is the closest artificial object to us, the first space mission to objects in the solar system were the mission to the moon. Such missions have so far been executed by USA, Soviet Union, European countries, China, Japan and India. The spacecrafts in the Luna series sent by Soviet Union reached near the moon. Luna 2, underline, Luna 2 launched in 1959 was the first such craft. After that, till 1975, 15 spacecrafts made chemical analysis of the moon and also measured its gravity, density and radiations. Last 4 crafts even landed on the moon and brought the samples of the stone on the moon for analysis in the laboratory on the earth. All these missions were unmanned. Unmanned means no any man went in these space missions to the moon. Yeah, on the moon. Next, America also executed moon mission from 1962 to 1972, means 10 years, 10 to 11 years. The specialty of these missions was that some of these were manned mission, means some persons, some scientists are sitting in these spacecraft and visit to the moon. In July 1969, all of you knowing about this, Neil Armstrong became the first human to step on the moon. Remember this, in July 1969. So he was the first person to step on the moon. In 2008, Indian Space Research Organization, in short ISRO, successfully launched Chandrayaan-1 and placed it into an orbit around the moon. It sent useful information to Earth for about a year, means 1 year, for about 1 year. The most important discovery made during the mission was, underline, the presence of water on the moon surface. Water is present on the moon surface. That is a very, very important discovery. So India was the first country to discover this. Remember. Next, Mars mission. Next to the moon, the astronomical object nearest to the Earth is the Mars. So many nations send spacecrafts to the Mars. Mars mission is difficult and almost half the missions were unsuccessful. However, ISRO's performance in this mission is remarkable and we all must be proud of it. The spacecraft's Mangalyaan made by ISRO using the minimum expenses was launched in November 2013 and was placed into orbit around the Mars in September 2014. I think most of the students are aware about this information. It obtained very useful information about the surface of the Mars and the atmosphere around it. Next is given some information about the scientists given here, but again the same, this part is omitted from our syllabus. For your extra knowledge, you read the information about this given scientist, but no any question asked related to this scientist. So next one, mission to other planets. Many missions have been executed to study other planets also. In some of these missions, the spacecrafts orbited the planets, some landed on the planets, and some just passed near the planet and observed them. Additionally, spacecrafts have been sent to observe asteroids and comets, and they have successfully collected some dust stones from the asteroids and brought them back on the earth. We are getting very useful information from all these missions, clarifying our concepts about the origin and the evolution of our solar system. Next page, number 143. Last page. Now, India and space technology. India also has made remarkable progress in the science and technology of launch vehicles. Various types of launch vehicles have been developed to put the satellite having a weight up to 2500 kg into all types of orbits. PSLV and GSLV are the two important launchers, that is launch vehicles. The scientific and technological feats achieved by India in this field have a significant contribution to the national and social development. INSAT and GSAT satellite series is actively working in the field of telecommunication, television broadcasting, and meteorological services. So, availability of television, telephone, and internet services all over the nation has been possible due to these satellites only. EduSat, EDU means educational, SAT means satellite, educational satellite, in short EduSat. EduSat satellite in this series is used especially in the field of education. IRS satellites, so remember uses of these satellites are given here. Second, IRS satellite series is working for monitoring and management of natural resources and disaster management. To exactly locate a position of any place on the Earth's surface in terms of its precise latitude and longitude. For that purpose, Underline IRNSS satellite series has been established. Now read about. In this yellow box, satellite launch centers, space research organizations are given. 1, 2, 3. These are the satellite launch centers. Space research organization given. Again here, Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, Thiruvananthapuram, Satish Dhawan Space Research Center, Sriharikota, and Space Application, that is Center, Ahmedabad. So you collect more information about these satellite launch center and space research organization. Read extra more information about the given points. Next, introduction to the scientists. Again this part is omit. No any question asked related to this introduction to scientists, that is a green color box. But for your extra knowledge, you read the information given about the scientist Vikram Sarabhai here. Next, space debris and what? It's a management. Debris means nothing but the waste material. In addition to the artificial satellite, some other objects are also revolving around the Earth. It includes non-functional satellites, parts of the launcher detached during the launching, separated during the launching, and the debris means waste generated due to collision of satellite with other satellite or any other object in the space. So these are all waste material present in the space, called as a space debris. So according to one estimate made in 2016, there are about 2 crore pieces of length more than 1 centimeter revolving around the Earth. All this is nothing but the debris in space, that is a waste material in space. So its management is very important. Last paragraph. These debris can be harmful to the artificial satellites. It can collide with these satellites or spacecrafts and damage them. This debris is increasing day by day. Soon, it will be difficult to launch new spacecrafts, and therefore, it is very essential to manage these space debris. Some studies and experiments are being done with this in view. Hope that soon we will have a solution for this problem, and the future satellites and spacecrafts will not be in a danger anymore. So this is a very important point given for us. Space debris, that is a waste material revolving around the Earth. Sometimes that debris collide with the satellites, artificial satellites, and damage them. So it is very, very essential to manage all these debris. Next point. Now this is your homework, this green box. What is given in this box? Books are my friend. Really? All are reading the textbooks carefully. So if you are interested to read the books, you read these books also. Some names are given here. For more information, read the reference books in your library. First one is given, Space and Science. Author is Dr. J.V. Naralikar. And second, Story of ISRO, Dr. V.R. Gowarikar. So if these books are available, you try to read and getting the more information. So in this way, in this lesson space mission, we learn some basic concepts given in our textbook. So try to find out the answer of this exercise. Some questions answers I will give in our assignment. Filling the blanks, you try to find out the answer. True or false, you find out by own. Answer the following question. So if you are able to find out the answer, then fine. Otherwise, I will give the answer of this question number 3. Okay. Next, I will give the answer of question number 4 also, and I will give the answers of these numerical problems. So don't bother about these 3 numerical problems. Actually calculation is very difficult, so that is a very less possibility the numerical problem as related to this lesson in final exam. All are getting? So in this way, you read whatever the explanation, whatever the information given in this lesson. You carefully read this lesson, and omitted part for your extra knowledge you read. No any question asked related to that topic. Clear? Thank you.